All right, perfect. Here we go. Another match day review on Trapper Talk. It's your boy Cam. Before we get started, everybody smash the like button, subscribe. Probably new to the channel because we're a new channel. I got my boy AC with me today. We're going to be doing a quick review. Well, maybe not too quick. We'll see. Of the Everton United game where United smashed Everton. If we're going to be honest, I'm going to put it out there for everybody watching. AC is a Liverpool fan, so he's probably going to be a bit biased, but that's okay. That's okay. That's why I brought you on. I want a different opinion. So AC, to start it off, to kick it off, I want to know what were your expectations coming into the game? What did you expect? What do you think was going to happen?
In terms of the expectation, first of all, Cam, loving this idea with the podcast. I know it's brand new, so keep it up. But while we're on the topic, and just to address your fan base, just because I'm a Liverpool fan does not mean that I am biased. I am as objective as they come. Period. You will see. But to answer your question, in terms of expectations, I really expected Man U to pull this one out. If Man U did not win the game, I didn't care how they won. I didn't care what the score was. I didn't care. At the end of the day, when the whistle blew, they needed to have those 3 points. If they did not have those 3 points, you and your entire fan base would be sweating. It would be a repeat of when you had Mourinho managing the team.
You mean a second season, third season, whatever, yeah.
So everyone's going to be, hey, what's going on here? The funny thing is, and I know you know this, is that you guys started the season, or you guys have started the season better
than last year.
That you did last year.
Straight up.
That to me,
we didn't win 3 games until 10 games in last year. So we got still a chance.
I'm puzzled, but the fact is, you guys are still at the bottom half of the table, and even though we're talking about it's only 8 game weeks in, it's still a little.
For us, it's only 7 though. We have a game in hand.
Okay, for you it's only
later because like the.
Mm-hmm. It's still a little concerning, but this season is weird. So to go back, at least how it started already. So to go back to your original question, what were my expectations? I had one. You guys were going to win, and you needed to win. However, you needed to pull it out of your butts. You needed to get that victory. Period. If you guys did not win, I would be surprised as a Liverpool fan.
It's interesting because a lot of I talked to a bunch of fans today on other reviews and whatnot, and it's funny. All the non-United fans were like, "We expected you to win. It was just you guys we didn't expect to win," and that's just because at this point we're so inconsistent. You don't want to ever expect to win because the moment we expect to win, we lose. Like we expected to smash Arsenal. Like I was like, "Yo, Arsenal 3-1, call it 3-1." Obviously, that didn't happen.
I expected that one to be a tie, by the way.
See, yeah, I would have taken a draw. I would have taken the draw, but you know what? It's all good. Going to the game, I expected us to win this game. When in the preview, I did call when I was talking with Brian and Danny. I did call DCL being the biggest threat and crosses being whipped in being the biggest threat. When you think about the way Everton play. And our biggest weakness, obviously, Lindelof getting beat on every header. He can't jump with anybody. So when that little flick on, that was, to me, that first goal, I was a little nervous after that first goal because I'm like, yo, like that's the kind of goal we can't be conceding right now. Like it can't be mistakes. Like I'd rather, if it's a nice pattern of play, nice build up, something special happens, I'm okay with that. But when it's a Pickford, a long ball, flick on from DCL, and then Aaron Wan-Bissaka get nutmegged for a goal, that's stressful. That's stressful because that's not special. That's just mistakes left, right, and center. I don't know.
That goal did need to be saved. Probably couldn't see it until it was too late. With the hay up.
Different trains of thoughts there. Different trains of thoughts, right? I said that too, and I had a buddy say, actually, I don't know about that because if you think about it, he did disguise it, right? It looked like he was gonna that touch. He was gonna use it to take it around the defender. But when Aaron Wan-Bissaka opened his, I don't know if he meant to do that. He probably did. and he decided to go, the near side, I don't think De Gea was ready. I do believe De Gea, you should always be ready. Just anything in your near side, you should save. That's how I feel. When it's your near side, you should be saving it. But I don't think De Gea saw it.
I don't know if that comment is fair, but
well, it depends. Unless it's like Aguero coming down, like who scores on the near side all the time, and Sane, those two did it all the time. But I'm saying on that kind of play, when you're basically central with the attacker, you should be covering your near side, in my opinion. Like if you get beat on the far side, that's fine. Like whatever. That's a much harder shot. So
don't you think those are the goals that the goalies, to a degree, are preparing for? If he tries to beat me that way, those are the spectacular saves. Those are the ones where coaches on international teams are watching and they're like, "Ooh, you could do that."
Yeah.
All right, you're in the space. So, I mean, just as somebody who has played in net to a degree, really? I actually, when I started playing soccer, I was actually a goalie.
What?
But that was long before you and I ever crossed paths. Of course, I progressed from goalie to defender to midfielder to attacker. But just kind of being in that position and even playing as a young adult in that way, those are the saves you want to make. So you're kind of, you're not going to beat me there, and I'm hoping my defender is covering my near side to a degree, get that block. But yeah, again, just opinions there.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But when I look back on it then, so to move away from the Everton goals, now the United goals were well worked, in my opinion. All of them. I think personally, when I watch and I watch the game back, because I do that sometimes, and this is what I'm gonna watch back. But I do sometimes. It's fun.
I don't think I ever watched the game. I don't think I've ever watched a game twice.
I have. So the way I look at it in this situation, like today, like the goals we scored basically were all well worked. The Luke Shaw cross onto the Bruno header, that was beautiful. Bruno's goal should have been Bruno's goal. Like, let's be honest, Rashford should have just get a touch on that. Either way, it was a goal, because if Rashford got a touch on that, it's going even faster into the net.
Or he could have mishit it into the hands of. But actually, who am I?
It was like
it's stop. Never mind. It's Pickford. Let's stop. Let's stop. It was going in the net no matter how Rashford hit it. He could have hit it back the other way.
It was going in the net.
He could have hit it back near. He could have anywhere he hit it. It was going in. You're right. It was Pickford, but not because it was Rashford. Because it was Pickford. I just want to make that one clear.
I just think from the way that cross was delivered, and all that needed was like a flick on to get to that. And you're right. It could have been a flick on, and it could have gone past the post instead of inside. I thought it was funny though, because even Bruno, he looked up and he was like,
he knew right away that it was his.
Didn't touch it. And then the third one. And then I'm going to transition into something that was said after, because I watched the post-game interviews and there's some things that impressed me. The third one with Cavani. Now, Bruno could have got the hat trick. Like, if we're going to be honest, if you want to be greedy, if that's Salah, he's not passing that ball, right? If that's Son, he's not passing that ball. So that's the difference.
Son might pass that ball.
No.
Kane's running with him?
I don't know.
Running with him?
Maybe.
He might pass that.
Maybe. I don't know.
I would have said Mane before I said Son.
Well, yeah, neither of those dudes in the Liverpool are passing the ball to either. They could be. It could be 2-0. He's like, nah, I'm gonna shoot both of them. And that's why
they steal shots from each other. They've already prevented Jota from taking like 2 or 3 shots already.
Yeah, so they are. But what I liked about the goal was just watching Cavani's movement and how smart he was just looking at the defender, being like, I'm not gonna be offside. So you have to commit. You either commit to me and Bruno has a shot, or you commit to Bruno and he's going to pass it. And Bruno made the exact pass at the right moment. And it's nice to see somebody as a veteran as well traveled as Cavani at this point, knowing, like, at no point, I don't know about you, but when he got that ball delivered to, at no point did I think he was going to miss. I was like, that's a goal. I was like, I didn't think he was going to. I was like, goal. No issues.
I wouldn't have been surprised, but at the end of the day, that's me discrediting Cavani's body of work. How old is he? 31?
33.
He's 30. No way. Yeah, he's 33?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Man, what I was going to say with him is that I don't want to discredit his ability to finish. He is the epitome of a finisher. The man gets goals. What I actually thought you were going to. How much?
33.
33. Okay. What I actually thought you were going to bring up was the fact that Bruno made the right play because you need to get a guy like Cavani going early. He just got to the team, feed him the ball, get his confidence going a little bit, even though he doesn't really need his but you're in a new place, you're in a new environment. It's better safe than sorry. Get him going. He's not starting yet, but he's seeing appearances in their last 4 or 5 matches. He's been coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's come on, played 15, 20 minutes here. There.
He's coming on every game.
He's had injury issues.
I don't know right now at the time of having this conversation whether or not he'll ever earn his way into the starting 11. But don't be surprised if he does.
I won't be.
With the way that your boy Anthony is disappearing on the field.
I got that one on my back right now. No,
we'll save that one.
Well, we could go into, so what I was going to talk about Bruno and then we can get into Martial was after the game, the interviewer asked him straight up, like, who's claiming the goal? He's like, Rashford could have the goal. He's like, I don't care. If he wants it, it's his. If it touches his hair, it's his. And then he was like, at the end, he goes, the same thing with Eddie. He's like, and he calls him Eddie, which I thought was kind of cool. He's like, with Eddie, same thing. He's like, I could have, maybe sometimes some players will look and think I'm on a hat trick, I take the shot. He's like, no, I want, like, my goal, like, as a number 10, like, my job is to make sure the rest of them are getting the ball and scoring. My job isn't, I don't care if I score. And when he said that, and there's that whole, I don't know, you're on Twitter, so you see the rhetoric around Bruno should be captain, this and that, XYZ. I don't think he needs the armband at all. I think him being that kind of on the pitch captain, the way he plays, that's what you need to do. You don't need the armband. Just show up and lead by example. So him, I like what we're seeing, at least the unselfishness from our front men, because our front men are very unselfish. When you look at Rashford, when you look at Bruno, it's only Greenwood. Greenwood's the only one who won't pass. And it's like, that's fine. You also like having that guy too. You like having a person who, Martial, now we can talk about Martial. Since you clearly want to, it's fine.
It's not about clearly, hold on. It's not about clearly wanting to talk about him. Fam, I didn't hear his name until they were taking him off.
That's
no, Cam. I didn't hear his name until they took him off.
Okay, all right.
That is insane to me. I forgot he was playing.
I think he had a poor game, but I don't think it was. He had good hold up play. He did link the play a decent amount. What he didn't do well today was that he didn't bring his shooting boots because he had that one whip, that one miss that was real poor. It was just like he fanned the ball and that hurt me. Whenever a striker fans, I can't remember who you're talking about in the past, but it was there's a few patterns of play where he was missed like early on. I think it was Shaw or somebody just missed him on a run and it would have been a goal. Like it would have just. So I think Martial needs to get going, and I do believe if he has 2-3 more games like this, yes, we are going to see Cavani get the start because that's who Ollie is. Ollie at least has shown, like, look, Pogba's not starting. Like, he doesn't care who he sits.
He doesn't care who he's starting. I mean, if we're gonna go on that same direction about he doesn't care who starts, what's going on with Van de Beek? How come he has not found his way? We'll save that one. Let's finish up with Anthony. But I just keep that one in mind about what's going on with Van de Beek. I personally don't 100% understand. So maybe as a United fan, you can explain that to me. What am I not seeing in terms of that kid not being able to be in the starting 11 more regularly? I'm not saying not even the starting 11 per se, but at least coming on at 65, something regularly. But back to Anthony, I was gonna say that. And I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt is that maybe he hasn't been playing games, but he has been playing games because they're playing in Europe. So even though he had his red card, he's still been playing in games. So I really wanted to give him
credit. Twice in Europe.
I know. But in the league so far, in the games that he has played in so far, what is he doing?
But the whole team. The whole team has been bad outside of today in the games he's been able to play. Like, if we're going to be fair, right? Like, Crystal Palace, we were bad. Brighton, we were bad. Tottenham, That's when he got knocked out of the game. So all the games he's been in, it hasn't just been him bad. The whole team has been bad. So you have to look at it in totality. It's like that's why I think he's going to have like his chances in the league. Like we have West Brom coming up. I'm expecting Martial to score, right? Like I'm expecting Martial to score.
Doesn't score in that game. That team doesn't defend.
No, I know, and that's why championship side don't. That's what they do. They don't defend. It's pretty hilarious to watch. I'm expecting him to score, and I'm actually expecting Van de Beek to potentially start that game. But we'll see. We'll see. It'll if he starts it. I don't think. Actually, I'm lying because I don't know if Bruno doesn't get dropped. So this is the thing, and this is what you need to understand. Like because you're not seeing it the everyday. When and reading about what came in. When Van de Beek came in, he was told he's going to be a 10, but we already have a 10.
No, that's what they told. That's what they told him.
And he was okay with that. That's what. And he, in his own words, said, "I'm starting from zero here. I'm starting from zero here, and I'm looking forward to the challenge." Like he knows, like he's got to work his way into the team. At the end of the day, dog, he's gonna play. For me, he's gonna play a lot of games. He's already started twice now. I think it's twice, or at least once he started. He's come on in every game. Like he's featured in every game.
No.
Yeah, he didn't come on today.
No.
In almost every game. Like most games, he's come on.
Okay, most games.
He's come on. For 10 minutes or whatnot, he's come on. And I agree. Ollie should be using him a bit more, but he's new to the team. It's like it's just how it is. It's like you're new to the squad. He's not a Galactical player who comes in and you start straight away. He's not that player. So you saw when we played at the Diamond, we looked really good one game and then we looked really bad the other. It's because we don't have enough minutes training playing in a Diamond, and that's when he's going to be used the most, is when we're playing with the 4 midfielders, right? So right now, who gets dropped? It's you either today, like, and let's talk about tactics. I know you like talking about tactics. Today, the whole point was stifle their midfield, make sure we win that battle with Scott and Fred. It's easy to do that when you have 2 defensive midfielders who are shielding your back line, and then Bruno can do whatever he wants.
They're playing really well. I will give credit where credit is due. That duo right there, at least in this game, I do tip my hat to them. They played very well. And
we needed that. Van de Beek's more of a good passer, great movement. He likes to get in the box, right? So you can't, if your whole point is to try and stifle the midfield and win that battle, you can't have him and Bruno pressing too far up and then just leave one sitter. We do not currently have a DM that's good enough to sit by themselves. We don't have a Conte. We don't have a Thomas Partey. We don't have those guys. Like we don't have it. Like I think, who's your sitter? You have Henderson who can just sit. Like we don't have sitters. So at this point, we need two DMs to protect that back line, because that back line needs protecting. At the end of the day, it does. And that's why I think Van de Beek's not going to play all the time. I think he's going to play in Europe a lot more. I think he's going to start in Europe more often than not. I think it's going to be a rotation with Bruno going on later on in the season. I think he's going to play in all the cup games for now. It's like, so he's going to play. Like at the end of the day, it's like he came to United so he could be at United and work his way into the first 11. And I've said this on the last stream when I was talking about it for the preview. We bought Van de Beek probably with anticipation of Pogba leaving. Like realistically, because Pogba probably is going to leave after next year. So if Pogba leaves, you don't want to be scrambling to replace him. You want that player in the squad, right? He could step right into that position. You could drop Bruno down to 8. You put Van de Beek at the 10. We'll see. It all depends on what the manager has planned or who the manager is.
So what? You think someone's getting sacked?
Yo, with Ollie, it's day by day. Like with our board is the most reactionary board in the world. He should have been sacked today. Like, let's be honest. They were talking about sacking him. They're talking about meeting with Poch. If you're already doing that, just sack the man. Like, why are we doing this?
They're not gonna sack the man. You want to know why? Because today he changed the narrative. Didn't you hear? Didn't you hear his post game? Oh,
about the too many matches.
About the too many matches.
Oh, I loved it. That was...
So what is everybody talking about instead of him being sacked? What's everybody talking about?
No. I get that, but like if he had lost today, he would have been sacked. Straight up, the board was sacked. Every time we sack a manager, we do the same thing, the same song and dance. We don't back them in the transfer window. They lose a bunch of games to start. You back them publicly. The public backing is like the kiss of death. It's step 3 of basically that manager's on his way out. They get a public tweet go out. We back the manager. Happened to Jose. Happened to LVG. Next game, gone. It was like literally like, so he didn't lose that game. Ollie's an escape artist, man. And the team.
I was just about to effing say that. Whenever he needs to pull something, at least from what I'm seeing, whenever he needs a win, the man is somehow figuring out a way to stay alive. Oh, I can sleep tonight. The team has performed. How is that possible? It's just a short little period that I'm seeing this. I don't know anything from his history, but something tells me that no matter where he was before, this was the same thing. Correct? Is that true?
Well, I don't know. Mold. I didn't follow him in Norway. He won the league in Norway, though.
Okay, but from what I'm just seeing now, since he came to the league, he just finds a way to
the players.
They were ruthless, or at least as what you're saying, they can be ruthless.
The players play for him. That's what you got to understand, and that's what's big. The players are out there; they're playing for him. They clearly do not want Ollie to be gone, and that's how I see it. It's like they want him to be around. He's got to figure out how to win with more than the 4-2-3-1, because that's his bread and butter, and that's why us not having a right winger is a problem. Like he's starting Mata. I think it's to prove a point at this point. Like Mata should not be on the right wing ever.
To prove a point. What's the point? Him lose his job? That was a dangerous start, bro.
No, the point is I don't have Sancho.
That was a dangerous start. I didn't understand why he was in the game. However.
Don't say he played well because he didn't.
I'm not gonna say he played well. He just didn't play as shit as I thought he was going to. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bad. He was pretty bad, dog. He was pretty bad.
I was expecting worse. That's all I'm saying. The way that I message in the group chat before the game even started.
Yeah. When I woke up,
because that's how I didn't even see him play yet. In my mind, I'm like, he's going to cost them the game. But because that didn't happen, he escaped the amount of negativity I was gonna throw his way. I'm not gonna do that anymore because he didn't do that. Yeah, that's how bad I thought he was going to be when I saw him in the lineup. Put that in perspective.
He almost cost us the game. I remember he lost the ball twice in area. The problem is Mata.
I'm not saying almost though, but go ahead.
Mata, when he loses the ball, it's a wrap. Like he can't get it back. He can't tackle. I love the guy. I think he's a wizard on the ball. I think you play Mata, West Brom. He shouldn't have played in Everton. I think you should play him against West Brom. You have to 2 goals because that man's aren't on his level. Like that's a complete different. When he's played against those smaller teams, it's like it doesn't matter how old he is and how he doesn't have the same athleticism anymore, movement. All that matters is he's playing against a squad that's like trash. So you put him up. That's the perfect time to put him up.
He'll shed some like deja vu. There'll be those moments.
Those moments where it'd be like, yo, grade 12 stepping onto the pitch with a group of grade 9s who's seasoned, but he's older now. He's not the star he used to be when he was younger, but he's like, you know what? I'm way better than you guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I want to go back to something that you had said about Van de Beek not coming into the game and being an instant, like he's not going to take over. You had alluded to that earlier.
Yep.
You know what kind of player can do that and did do that today? Iwobi. When he came in and he stepped in onto the right side.
What? Iwobi's trash, man.
Listen. You want to say that he's trash? I'm not going to say that he's trash. I'm not saying he needs to be a starter. I'm saying he came into the game and there were brief moments where there were flashes of energy on that right side and a couple crosses were going in. You know what the problem today was for Everton? Crosses were not going in.
They were
and the ones that were not, they were poor quality. And the ones that were above poor quality easily defended. Maguire had a good game today.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm starting to question this guy. I'm seeing some dirty things coming from this guy. The certain tackles, certain moves on the player.
He's the master of the dark arts. I'll give him that.
Bro, it's looking some things and I can't fully see on the replay. And so I don't want to, because he's rubbing me that way. So what's going on there? I feel like something is going to happen. He may get a red card later on in the season. If VAR sees something.
I don't think. I
But
think I know what you're talking about. I think I know. So I'm trying to look up how many pass blocks he had today because he had a lot of blocks today. But if I'm going to be honest with you, that I know what play you're talking about. The one where he clipped. Who was it? Was it Dean? Yeah, it was Dean. It was Luca Dean at the end of the game. He clipped him after the offside play. He came in, slide
yes,
and tackle, but he got the ball first. Like it's like he clearly got the
it
ball first.
doesn't always matter if you get the ball first.
I understand, but he did, and it doesn't matter because it was offside anyway. So it doesn't matter what happened.
I'm keeping my eye on him, but he had a good game.
He had a
But
great
you're
game.
saying that Iwobi is trash. I don't think Iwobi is.
So and the thing is, I think you misunderstood when I said Van de Beek wouldn't come in and change a game. No, he will come in and change a game. I'm saying he's not going to come to a new squad and be a day one first 11 player
You didn't say that.
of a squad. That's what I meant.
Okay, all right. Then we're talking about two different things. Well, then I'm going to stick to my topic then of Everton was flat today. They weren't moving the ball quickly when they did get possession. I don't know what possession was, but when they had the ball, they weren't moving like they had life. You know what United was doing today? They were moving as though they wanted to win the game. That's why you had said, even though that they had went down, that they were the better team. In that moment when Everton scored,
we report this.
That's what I was just about to go back to, because what I remember reading is that you were saying that we're the better team, but we're down. And I said to myself, I didn't know if you meant in that moment or if you meant overall, because up until the point that the goal was scored, I can't say that United was playing better. I thought Everton had a slight edge. And then when they scored, it was like, okay. I'm not saying they deserved the goal.
We were playing better, but not by much. I thought the energy needed to be like, when I say we were poor, like we just needed to have more energy on the ball. We needed to be quicker with things. We need to be a bit more sharp, which we've had problems with in the past. And I'm just pulling up the stats right now. I think we didn't dominate possession at all. Everton had possession.
What was it? What was the possession in the game overall?
Everton had possession. They had possession 54%. United 45%.
But it's okay. United probably made more passes the way that they were moving the ball.
No, not at all.
No,
we had way more shots though. We had 453 passes to 523 because you got to look. But think about it this way: if you looked at the first half stats versus second, it's a big difference, right? Because what happened was, and this is just United. Once we're up 2-1, we're one of the best counterattacking teams in Europe. Maybe like not just the Prem. We probably are the best. We probably are the best counterattacking team in the Prem, in my opinion.
Wait, hold on. You're saying hold on. Oh, in your opinion? Okay.
In my opinion, like we could probably look up stats and see, but I think the statistics put us high up there. In Europe, we're one of the best too. So once we're up 2-1, Ollie has every right to at that point be like, now we're gonna play counterattacking football. That's why we got our third goal. It's like now we just keep your shape. When we get on the ball, look for the runs. Rashford's gonna Rashford had 2 1-on-1s. That one save for Pickford. Like this is why I love and hate. I don't ever hate Rashford. I'm never gonna say that. Rashford, MBE, the man deserves all the flowers. Like that's a good person right there and a great footballer. But there's moments for Rashford when you see like those 1-on-1s and you're thinking, yo, you should score every time for those. But he doesn't. That's just he's not. That's the one part of his game that when I see Rashford get a ball quickly and it's like he has to make a quick decision on a 1-on-1. When he has time, when he can take 1-2 dribble, he's going to score every time. But when it's like he's leaked out, ball drops, and you have to make a quick decision, most of the time he makes the wrong one at this stage though.
I'd say there are moments where he reminds me of Raheem Sterling, where
he's better, but yeah.
Wait, who's better? Raheem?
Not anymore.
Hold on. Okay. Raheem's not better than Rashford?
I don't think so anymore. I don't think it's as clear cut anymore.
Oh shit. Okay. You know what? At least so far from what we're seeing, I slightly agree with you only because I'm watching current form as opposed to what I know of the players. So, and I know that there can be moments where, you're just on a dry spell. Things are not going your way. But when you get hot, you get hot. They're both those types of players. When they go on streaks, they go on streaks.
No, that's fair.
There are times where they frustrate you because you expect so much out of their play. You think that they're so talented. They can beat any defender one-on-one. They should be able to finish those easy tap-ins that, like, what the hell? How did you not get there? Or the shot goes wide, and it's like, come on. That's how they remind me of one another. To say Rashford is better currently, I have to agree with you. But overall, I'm not. I don't know. We'll see how the season progresses.
There's time for. I'm just saying at the current moment, I think so. So, and I know you wanted to talk a bit. I know you brought it up earlier. You haven't brought his name up though, about Richarlison and how he might have made a difference here today. I personally don't think so, but I mean, I think he might have helped. But I've seen, so the only time, like, let's be honest, the first time, the two matches ago when we lost to Everton real bad, under Ollie, it was like 4-1 or something, worst loss we've had against Everton ever. And then we came back and we had matched them for shape. We matched the shape and we both went diamonds and we canceled each other out as a draw. Watching today's game, I'm trying to think, like, I don't know where would Richarlison have really impacted the game. They didn't create that much. They had 7 shots, 1 shot on target. Like, they only had 1 shot on target. The 7 shots, most of the shots were wayward shots that had no chance anyway. De Gea was not worried at all. The only shot he had on target he let in, but everything else was so for me, where's Richarlison going to impact the game if they're not creating?
Not in this particular game, because I do have to agree with you just in terms of how United played. I don't know how much of a difference Richarlison would have really made today, minus the amount of crosses, and I feel goal shots on target, because in terms of being able to create your own chance and beat defenders one-on-one, Richarlison can still do that against any team. And
but he's not beating Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'm sorry.
See, Aaron is a great right back, and he played well today. But there were moments
he'd be up against though, because wouldn't he be up against? Which side does Richarlison line up on?
On the left side, he would be up. He would be up. Yeah,
that's AWB.
Man, listen, I don't have any stats right now. I feel like I should look some up, but I do feel as though that in the past, because they played on Crystal last year, this year, come on. In terms of beating one-on-one or attack and getting shots, I don't think I'm going to pull up any stats right now of Richarlison facing Manchester United, at least last season, and him not having any shots.
No, that's true. He definitely, that's fair.
So there was nobody helping DCL today. He was doing it all on his own.
He wasn't he just barely touched the ball.
He was, because their game is predicated off of getting the ball in the air. DCL's an aerial threat. Let him do his work. So if that's not happening, we have a problem. What else is Everton going to bring to the table on the offensive end?
That's true.
The offensive end, what's going to happen? All we have is little man Bernard.
No, that's true. I was worried about set pieces. I was worried that we were going to foul in the wrong spot and give them a free kick in the wrong place, because they have three guys who can take free kicks dangerously with Gylfi, James, and Digne. They both, all three.
James was as invisible to me as Martial, as maybe just a little bit more relevant, but the man was not looking himself. And so I feel like something else is going on. I think it's going to be a good time for him to rest and come into an easy. Who are they facing in the next 2 weeks?
Who, us or?
I think they're facing Fulham, Everton.
Oh, Everton's playing.
I'm pretty sure they're playing Fulham.
They have an easy matchup, because I was thinking about captaining DCL, but I'm not going to. Yeah, it is Fulham. Hold up.
Yeah.
It's Fulham. I believe so. Yeah, so it'll be. We'll see. I don't think anything else is going. I think James was hurt. I don't think James is 100%.
So exactly, he's not 100%. So why did
he's never fully fit? Like he
should have never. Was it worth it today? I have to ask. Was it worth it today? Did he need to play?
Don Carlo didn't want to lose. He didn't want to lose 3 straight.
It's too bad. It's too late. The man's gone back to whatever it was when he was managing AC Milan. What I was reading before. I do think people got a little high on Everton. If we're going to be honest, I think is
people got a little high on Everton. I was one of them.
Weren't you one of them? Oh, okay, sorry. Because I needed to. I'm like, what is this guy talking about right now? Don't let me pull up the screenshots. Anyways, okay.
I was one of them. I believed in Don Carlo. I believed in the revolution at Everton for a bit because
because you just wanted to shit on Liverpool. That's the only reason. There was no other reason. There was no other reason, brother. No other reasons. Don't try to make one up right now. You just wanted Everton to be running things so that you could be like, CAC? You CAC? That's all you wanted. It's okay.
We'll see. There's still time for them to take Merseyside back. You guys did draw. But yeah, I mean,
we won the game and they called off the goal. We won the game and they called off the goal. That's crazy
on paper. So with that, we're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna say thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. I'll bring you on more of these. So we'll keep them going. Honestly, yeah, I got nothing else to say.
I have before you wrap up, just a couple takeaways and things to look out for in future games to come. One, Pickford needs to go. He needs to be dropped from Everton's team. The same way Chelsea said, you know what, Kepa, it's time for us to, if we're going to make a change, we're going to make a change for real. That might have to happen for Everton, but I don't think it's going to happen. Two, Bruno has to play at the level that he was playing when he came into the league earlier this year, last season, in order for Man U to have another top 4 finish. If that doesn't happen, you will not be in Champions League next year.
But it's happening. It's okay.
I'm just saying some takeaways, things to pay attention. 3, look for Richarlison to come back into the team and Everton to bounce back. They're going to recover.
You're going to finish.
Are they going to be a top 6 team in the year? No. Let's be real. But I do think they're going to fight for that 6th place. I'll leave it there.
They're gonna take Merseyside. That's what they're gonna do. But with that, take care. Remember, subscribe, like the video. Peace.
Thanks for having me. Peace.